This video will demo the synthetic dataset generation process used for the experiments in this dissertation. This interface we see here is the one that will allow us to configure the different variations of our synthetic dataset. For this demo, we will start by configuring the size of the resulting images. We will enter 512 by 512. Many systems use smaller images, but for this demo we will use 512 pixels because it will be easier to visualize the images as they are generated. Next, we set the complete size of the dataset, that is, the number of images that we are going to generate. While we adjust the dataset size, we see that the interface is reacting. This is simply because the number of variations is limited by the dataset size. Let's set it to 1000, which is a small size but allows us to see the entire process. We continue by setting the rest of the parameters. We use small numbers since this is a small dataset, 120 joint angles, about 30 arm positions, around 50 rotations, that's okay. For example, for the number of variations in skin tone, we will use a smaller number. For real applications, this parameter needs to be carefully considered to avoid biases. We will also use very low numbers for random light and brightness configurations. For the number of random backgrounds, we will choose a number in the middle, allowing some repetition of backgrounds with different hand positions. This approach is beneficial for generalization. Now here I input the directories I use on my computer for this. There it is. And finally, we have to make sure that the checkbox to save the dataset is activated, otherwise we will just run a simulation. Okay, let's click Generate. And immediately we see how the resulting dataset folder appears. The folder's name is a slug that indicates the dataset's characteristics, the same ones that we have entered in the user interface. Below, we see a window containing the images as they are generated in real time. At the bottom, in the graphical user interface, we can also see the progress of the synthetic image generation. Actually, at the same time, we can also see how the folder's item counter indicates the appearance of new images. Now we just have to wait. When the process finishes, the program closes, and we can see in the folder that we have the dataset with the 1000 generated images and the respective annotations in the corresponding files.